All right, thank you, Jackie. Well, as we salute veterans today, we want to take a moment to draw your attention to the many resources in our community that can help out veterans. Plus, there's a very important veterans event that is coming up, so we want to bring in today Jordana McGonigal. She's the CEO with the Recon Network, and we're glad you're with us today. We want to start, though, with what is the Recon Network and how does it operate?
Yeah, so the Recon Network is a nationally based organization that was founded here. And it is focused on purpose-based employment transition for veterans and military spouses. So prior to the job search, we want to help veterans and military spouses find that what and the why behind it all.
So they're doing something that is purposeful, meaningful, and fits their skills, right?
Exactly. That's exactly it.
All right. And so when it comes to employing veterans in our community, how's it going? I mean, are veterans looking for work? Are they struggling to find the right positions?
Yeah, so nationally overall, you're looking at an unemployment rate this month of 3.2%, which is lower than the average for everyone. But what that doesn't take into account is things like underemployment or misemployment, which are big issues with the veteran community. If you've been in the military for 20 years, get out, and you're employed as a greeter at a mega store, you're technically employed, but I doubt you're finding a lot of meaningful work in your capacity and your skills.
And not reaching your potential, right? Because you haven't, the military folks are coming out with incredible skill sets, right?
Incredible.
You got to match them to the right jobs.
Yes, absolutely. And take into consideration their own desires. What do they want out of life? What are the legacies they want to leave behind? And trying to find jobs that fit within the life that they want to create for themselves outside of the military.
So you guys are having an event that's kind of very unique and exciting for the upstate because it's never happened before.
Correct. So this year we have partnered with the South Carolina Council for SHRM, which is the Society for Human Resource Management, and we're doing a dual track event to address veteran unemployment from both sides of the equation. So from the applicant, the veteran or military spouse side, but also from the company, the hiring side. Where are the gaps? How can we fill them and get more of our veterans employed in meaningful work that fits their skills and talents?
Sometimes is it as much helping employers understand what's out there and how they can tap into it?
Absolutely.
Is that a big piece?
Understanding the skills that are brought to the table with the veteran community, but also understanding, you know, some of the cultural changes that they're going through, or payment structures even. So all of those little things that can add up into a veteran maybe not getting a job, we can start addressing them and really start putting our veterans to work.
Well, I was blown away when I looked at the numbers. About 1 in every 10 adults in South Carolina is a veteran, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. Almost 400,000 people in our state.
Yeah, and that number is actually low.
Really?
Because that's only people who've gone through the VA. That's how they're counted. So that number could actually probably be doubled and be closer to accurate.
Wow. Well, when we talk about the issues veterans are facing, I mean, what are you guys hearing about? Like, what are the multitude of challenges that they face?
You know, the veteran community at large is just like any other population. They face issues with housing, face issues with employment, face issues with health care. And so there are local resources that are there. I call them the first line of defense, as it were, like Upstate Warrior Solution, who we work very closely with, that are there to address the urgent and emergent needs of the veteran population. And then there are a lot of, in our community, veteran-owned, veteran startups, and veteran-focused companies addressing different aspects.
And when it comes to a veteran who may be sitting watching us today and they're like, gosh, I just have these gaps, these issues I need to resolve and address, what's their best go-to starting point? Where do they reach out first?
Yeah, so the Upstate Warrior Solution is who I would send anyone to for stuff like that. They are capable and really engaged in the community to fill whatever need arises. And so they're kind of the first line. And then from there, depending on what the issues are, there are niche companies around, like mine, that address certain parts of the aspect. So really just get to know the local community and see what's out there for you.
Okay, so your event, if people want to go, whether you're an employer or whether you are a veteran, when is it and where do they need to be?
November 21st at the Kroc Center. So you can go to the website thevetsummit.com and register and find out more information about it. But it will be a great full-day conference of connecting both sides of that equation and actually introducing people to each other. Hopefully we'll have some jobs come out of that.
So that's serious networking. I mean, like there will be employers there, there'll be veterans there.
Absolutely.
The magic happens when everybody's in the room, right?
From everyone in the state.
That's really cool. Well, good luck with the inaugural event.
Thank you.
Maybe it'll be an annual fantastic thing.
We can hope.
And we will look for the stories that come out of it.
Yes.
Jordana, thank you so much for being with us on Veterans Day. You're watching Carolina's Family at 4, and we are, of course, saluting our veterans. More of your fantastic pictures here on this Veterans Day.